Residente ng ilang barangay sa Albay na nasa 10-kilometer area mula sa Bulkang Mayon.
Nakataas na rin ang alerto bilang paghahanda sa pananalasa ng bagyong Ursula.
Good day and welcome to Pros and Cons, where we ask the hard questions and you decide which side of the truth you would choose to believe.
Climate change is happening. Human activity has long led to various challenges in the environment, including the worsening of typhoons, earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, and drought. As climate change adaptation becomes an important global necessity, the government works on finding solutions to protect the environment, maintain sustainability, and mitigate the damage made by calamities. Today, in Pros and Cons, we raise the question, how can we adapt to the effects of climate change? What steps are we taking to protect the environment? Is the government prepared to face challenges of climate change?
I'm Undersecretary Joel Sy Egco, your moderator for the day. Nowadays, climate change is not just a buzzword, but a matter of global concern. And as a country experiencing numerous disasters all year round, we need to know how we are faring in mitigating its effects. So, ladies and gentlemen, mga kababayan, without further ado, i-introduce po natin ang ating mga bisita ngayong araw. Now, unahin na po natin from right to left, si Dr. Carmela G. Taguiam. Siya po ang Supervising Science Research Specialist of the Urban Ecosystems Research Department of Ecosystems Research and Development Bureau. Welcome to the show po, Dr. Carmela. Kumusta na po kayo ngayon? Ano po ba yung office ninyo? Ano po yung mandate niya?
Ang ERDB po, ito po ang research arm ng DENR na nakabase po sa Los Baños.
Okay. So, ano po pinoprovide ng inyong department ng inyong opisina sa
Yung mga technologies po na na-generate out of research po, sir.
Alright. Okay. Good. So, kasama rin po natin, taga DENR naman mismo, si Undersecretary Analiza Rebuelta-Teh. Siya po ang Climate Change Service and Mining Concerns sa DENR. So, ito po yung office ninyo sa department.
Yes, Usec.
And ano naman po yung role po ng Climate Change Service and Mining Concerns?
Okay. Polisiya po natin na ma-mainstream natin ang climate change sa lahat ng programa at polisiya ng ating pamahalaan. So, ang Climate Change Service po, ang nagtitiyak na yung aming mga programa ay kinokonsidera na ang climate change para responsive na ito sa pangangailangan ng ating bansa.
So, yung ano po, kayo you make sure na yung other agencies, ganun ang...
Yes, sir. Kasi meron po tayong Climate Change Cabinet Cluster,
Ayun.
which we make sure that all government agencies involved in climate change should have a convergence on their programs.
Alright, ayun. Saktong-sakto. Ito, definitely, I'm sure, ito yung isa sa involved dyan. No? So, sa atin naman pong kaliwa, kasama po natin si Commissioner Noel Garlan. Siya po ay mula sa Climate Change Commission sa ilalim po ng, amin din tagapan, no? Magkasama pala kami ni Commissioner sa Office of the President. So, Commissioner Noel, welcome to the show. So, kumusta na po ang Climate Change Commission? Hindi ba kayo tawag dito, nakukonsume?
Well, hindi naman kami napapagod ng aming advokasya kung ano ba itong climate change at paano magiging aksyon ng bawat isa sa atin in addressing itong climate change related threats. So, yan ang actually ang
Threats,
mandato namin. Ang mandato namin, we're the lead policy making body with respect to providing guidelines on how to take climate change action. And then kami rin yung we ensure actually that the climate change action is mainstream sa national at local development plans.
I see. Anong pagkakaiba noon before we go on a break sa yung sa DENR na office naman niya?
DENR is more, I think, focused on the sectoral impacts of the climate change. Kami national cuts across all sectors.
Alright, okay. So, tama po. Anyway, laliman natin yung discussion po dyan mamaya. We'll just have to pause for a short break. When we return, we'll begin our discussion on the effects of climate change sa lahat-lahat na to, sa buhay, kabuhayan, agrikultura, etc., etc. So, pros and cons, we'll be right back.
We at the PCOO are at the forefront of bringing accurate facts and narratives and laying to rest speculation, hearsay, and unverified figures. Gramo highlights the tremendous successes of the government's initiatives as well as the challenges faced by the campaign, from the real stories of victims on the ground, the transformation of former drug users, the law enforcement operations, to the crackdown of rogue cops. The government will continue to implement strong enforcement of the law with consistent adherence and observance of human rights and dignity through rescue, rehabilitation, reformation, and ridding drug war operations of corruption.
We're back on pros and cons, and today we're talking about the effects of climate change in the country. Ay talaga naman, isa po yung climate change talaga. Nabanggit din kanina ni Commissioner Garlan yung mga climate change threats. No? So gusto ko po itanong sa kalaman ng ating mga kababayan, bakit threat ang tawag at ano-ano po sila?
Well, nag-uumpisa yan nung nagsimulang uminit ang ating mundo. Ano?
Yes.
That's because of
Yung global warming na
global
sinasabi.
warming na
Oh.
sinasabi. That's caused by increased emissions ng CO2 from the industrial period until now. Actually,
CO2 is carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Anything with the carbon as an element in the gas is considered a greenhouse gas. So, nangyari yan, and it was accelerated nung itong mga recent decades na actually we breached already the threshold na sinasabing allowable maximum concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere. So, now, during yung sa pag-init niya ng mundo, it causes a lot of changes sa weather patterns. So, umiinit, lumalakas tumataas ang rate ng evaporation, nagkakaroon ngayon ng mas mabilis na pag-dry up ng tubig, and then pag-condense niyan, nagkakaroon ng diba?
Ulan, ulap,
bagyo.
Bagyo.
So, ang problema, so habang nangyayari yan at an accelerated pace, lumalakas ngayon yung strength ng typhoon.
That's why we're seeing na, ano bang pag-aaral niyo po dito? Yung mga typhoons ngayon, lumalakas talaga? Or meron din naman nung araw, bago pa magkaroon ng problema sa climate change yan, na mas malalakas pang typhoon?
Dalawa yan.
Yan.
So, 70s, malalakas na yan.
Okay.
Pero ngayon, malalakas na, pero meron pang mga mas malalakas. So, ngayon pa lang tayo nagkakaroon ng Category 4, Category 5. Diba? So, at ang frequency niyan, dumadalas. So, yung average amount of typhoons that passes through the Philippines doesn't change. What changes is the intensity of the typhoons and the frequency of it happening. Gaya na nangyari sa Davao, yung Typhoon Vinta and Urdua, magkasunod yan. Weeks lang ang pagitan yan. And it caused a lot of devastation sa Mindanao.
Tama. So, climate change, halimbawa, itong effect niya dun sa typhoon, yung bilang hindi nawawala. It's a constant.
The average,
the average
rin
is
man.
constant.
Yun pa rin.
No? Kung 19 yan, kung 18 o 20 yan, nag-a-average siya. But the strength, that's the problem.
That's the one changing.
That's the one changing. Talagang, bukod sa malakas, ang dami pang tubig.
Madami.
Di ba? Grabe. So, ma'am, sa Usec, in terms of mitigation, how prepared is the government? Or particularly, siguro, you can speak about DENR, no? Dito po sa problema natin.
Sige. So, bale kasi Usec, yung nabanggit nga sa threats, hindi lang kasi yung threats in terms of lalong umiinit or lalong
Yan.
madami
What
ang
are the
extreme
other,
weather events.
oo,
Pero
threats dyan?
nagkakaroon na siya ng epekto sa ating ekonomiya, no? Kasi
Yan.
kapag madalas ang pagbagyo, madalas na apektuhan ng pag-aaral, ang negosyo, nagkakaroon ng effect. Kaya tayo,
Agriculture.
lalo ng
Pagkain,
agriculture.
grabe.
Actually, laging malaki ang pinaka-epekto sa sektor ng agrikultura. Kaya tayo, para maging handa doon, nag-develop ang ating pamahalaan sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Duterte. Nag-develop ang Cabinet Cluster on Climate Change ng roadmap.
Okay.
Doon sa roadmap na yon, ang gusto nating maitayo ay climate and disaster resilient communities that promote sustainable development. So, tinitingnan natin doon paano sila yung magba-bounce back better pagkatapos ng bagyo, paano sila agad makakabalik sa kanilang paa, makatayo agad sa kanilang paa. So, we promote yung resiliency ng infrastructures natin, which include not only schools but also mga roads
homes,
natin, yes.
yes.
Then of course,
Bridges,
promoting sustainable livelihood. Sa sektor ng environment naman, syempre kailangan nating panatiliin yung malinis na hangin, tubig, dami ng tubig, at syempre yung ating kagubatan at mga protected areas. And then of course, yung ating knowledge information system, na kagaya na banggitin kanina kailangan nating mas mapalakas yung pag-project natin o pag-forecast natin ng mga sakuna na ito para mas makaka-respond tayo.
Yan. Okay.
So, yung pag-mitigate natin is really more on adapting kasi nandiyan na siya, more on adaptation and developing our resiliency dun sa ganitong pangyayari sa atin.
Alright. Very well said. Ang ganda po. Kay Dr. Carmela, yung research and yung what do you call that? Research and ano po
Development Bureau.
Yung research and development po na bureau. Are you also involved in, ano yung sa mga threats na binanggit na ito? Ano yung pinaka malakas na hagupit o epekto nitong climate change, particularly dito sa ating bansa? No? Yung biggest ano niya, yung if it's the environment ba or economics ba or everything based on your pag-aaral po?
Sir, ano po, yung sa environment po at saka syempre po yung sa economic. Sa environment po kasi, kung limbawa, kung malakas ang bagyo, ay yung mga kabundukan po natin, dapat po siya ay madaming puno. Kaya lang po, syempre, dahil lang po sa pangangailangan ng ating mga kasama, ay medyo
That's actually a
naapektuhan.
disaster that results in another disaster.
Opo.
Pero the tree should be the defense.
It's a chain
So, dapat
reaction
yung
of
second
disasters.
defense natin yung mga puno sila yung
So
defense
kami po
natin.
sa office po namin, nakapag-develop po kami ng manual, yung vulnerability assessment, kung paano po yung mga kabundukan natin, yung tinatawag na watershed, ay paano po natin ito mapapangalagaan. Tapos meron na rin po kaming, dahil po sa Yolanda, meron po kami isang binigay ang gobyerno, yung pong Mangrove and Beach Forest Development Project. Nakita po natin na yung importansya po ng mangrove o ng iba-ibang species ng bakawan ng mangrove na kung paano po
Sa
ito
mga coastlines.
paano po ito mapapangalagaan na ating mga tao po. Tapos
sa
syempre,
coast.
opo.
Para in case na magkaroon ng ganun, mga surges or
Opo,
tsunami, whatever.
Yung maganda po siyang cover talaga para
Ma-break.
ma-avert po yung impact ng storm surge or yung mga hangin.
But can we predict yung mga ganyang disasters? Are there disasters na napipredict? Probably, syempre, maraming hindi, mahirap pulaan. But is there a way, scientifically?
Actually, malaki na rin po ang in-improve ng ating forecasting and prediction
Yes.
system methodologies. No? Pag-asa purchase a lot of high level of technology na po. Kaya makikita ninyo
Mga
mas
Doppler
improve
radar,
na. Opo,
no?
yan. Natayo na natin sa iba't ibang lugar yan. So, ang kailangan na lang po siguro dagdagan at dagdagan pa at siguro yung iba pang factors sa disaster and sa typhoon and other madagdagan pa yung mga ganong klase ng equipment. But relatively malaki na po kasi we're tagging our budget on climate. Nakita po natin malaki na talaga yung inilaan ng ating pamahalaan para po mag-invest sa mga ganitong equipment. Kasi the more that we are prepared to respond, the more that we are able to prevent also the effects again.
If you're going to quantify it in terms of value, magkano ang expenditure po ng ating pamahalaan sa climate change, yung mitigation, etc., resiliency?
I think kasi nagsimula kami ng climate tagging, parang mga 5 to 10% lang. Ngayon, tumaabot na tayong 35 to 40%. And we are of our total budget. And now, what we're trying
Kasi
to do
lahat na
is,
yan eh, no?
opo,
I see,
tapos
lahat
ngayon
ng
po
agencies.
nagko-convergence budgeting na tayo. Meaning, kasi kunwari, ang NIA or DA, magtatayo sila ng irrigation na ganito sa ganitong lugar. Yung DPWH sa ganito naman kanyang climate change program. So we less ang impact. So what we are trying to do now is we have identified vulnerable provinces in the whole country and then we converge our programs para mas may impact tayo.
Tama,
Mas maximize din yung budgetary
Number
na
one kasi dyan, kumbaga kahit man saan kaso, no? kahit man sa armed forces, halimbawa, yung data, mahalaga yun eh. Diba? Saan ba may concentration ng problema? Saan may ganito? Ano yung biggest challenge sa inyo ngayon in this campaign?
Actually, the biggest challenge for us is understanding what the problem is.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi,
I like it.
gaya ng mga, in my series of talks and lectures, sinasabi ko, what the LGU needs to understand is, number one, the danger that they are about to face. Pag sinabi mo kasing climate change, hindi natin pinag-usapan yung nangyayari ngayon. Although yung nangyayari ngayon is already a sign of changing climate.
Yes.
Pero we should look beyond from now until 30 years,
Aray.
50 years, 100 years. And, sige, pag naintindihan mo yung problema, you need also to know gaano kalaki yung problema yan. So, then and only then, malalaman mo paano mo gawin yung strategies mo.
Yes. Oo.
And then,
We're actually parang laying the groundwork
Yes.
for the future generations.
Yes.
No? What we're doing now, what you're doing now, no, it's actually for them.
Yes.
No, para by the time na dumating na yung mga future generations na yan, they're resilient, they can adapt, and hopefully ma-lessen yung, hopefully medyo ma-reverse yung worsening trend. Anyway, we will continue po our discussion on that topic, but first let's pause for a break, and when we return, we'll check out what social media has to say about today's topic. So stay tuned.
Today, I woke up below the surface, where I learned to face my fears and go with the flow. But it's when I came to appreciate the big and the small, made new friends from all over, and could no longer hide my true colors, that I knew I'd emerged a local.
Makalibay, no?
You're still watching Pros and Cons. May binabanggit po kanina na naputol, na udlot yung si Usec. No? So ano po yung sinasabi niyo kanina?
Nabanggit nyo kanina, Usec, ano yung biggest challenge?
Ayan, biggest challenge.
Sinasabi natin yung values and lifestyle ng ating mamamayan, ng bawat isa sa atin. Isang malaking challenge. Sinasabi nga namin sa DENR, nagbabago na ang panahon na para magbago.
Yan.
Kasi
I love that.
sa solid waste lang, Usec, marami tayong dapat i-improve. Isang paraan yan para mapanatili natin pagiging responsive natin.
What you're
against climate
saying,
change.
I think everybody of us here would agree na this is not just a problem that the government itself has to solve. Involved po kayo. Involved din ako. Involved din tayong lahat dito. So, yun yung sinasabi niyo po no?
Opo.
Yung lifestyle natin, halimbawa, yun lang simpleng tapon ng
That's right.
ng plastic kung saan-saan. So, may effect talaga siya.
Wow.
Climate change is actually...
Pag hindi tayo nagsisegregate, hindi tayo nagre-recycle, nagre-reuse, malaki pong epekto sa ating kapaligiran.
I see. Ano yung dapat changes doon? Sa lifestyle, sa ano.
Yes. So, for example nga, kahit sa ating sariling pamamaraan, yung simpleng pagka-segregate lang ng ating basura, sa consumption din natin, no? Kung hindi tayo maaksaya sa mga ginagamit natin, malaking bagay din yun. Pagpapataas din ng ating mga kaalaman, no? Lalo na sa mga estudyante natin, malaking bagay yun para tumaas yung ating awareness. Gaya nga sabi ni Commissioner Noel, kailangan nating malaman ano ba talaga yung problema. So these are all parts of really being engaged in problem solving about climate change.
I see. Doc Carmela, ano pa yung mga latest findings niyo? Maybe you can share to us, no, on how we can adapt to these changes.
Sir, kami po sa research, meron po kayong sa carbon sequestration po.
Yan, ano yung carbon sequestration?
Yung pong pagtatrap po.
Alam ko yung sequestration, pero yung carbon sequestration.
Yung po yung carbon dioxide po, para hindi po siya ma-release, lalo na sa mga yung sa mangrove po, inaaral po yun ng aming opisina. Napag-alaman po ng isang eksperto sa aming opisina na mas mataas po ang kapasidad ng mangroves na mag-sequester po ng carbon dioxide kumpara po dun sa kabundukan. Isa po yun sa mga findings na na-research po namin. At tapos dun po sa isa namin kasamahan po, yung sa seagrass po, sa research po sa Manila Bay, nakita po nung isang eksperto din po namin na may mga pa rin po na nabubuhay, pero matagal pagka po sila halimbawa, once na naapektuhan o na-distract po yung habitat nila, medyo matagal po yung cycle para makarecover po.
Alin po yung seagrass?
Yung sa dagat po.
Sa dagat po yan?
Opo.
Because they emit...
Sir, kasi po yung di po ba napupulyot
Habitat
po
din
yung
po kasi
tubig.
habitat.
Tapos meron pong thermal expansion na di-disturb po yung habitat nila.
I see. So, and masama siya pag na-disturb yung habitat because lalong...
Nasisira po. Kumbaga, malaki po yung role nila para po sa ecosystem po ng marine.
Marine ecosystem.
Opo, nakaka-apekto po yun sa food chain po ng ating mga kababayan.
Nice.
Kahit po tayo, kasi dependent po tayo sa mga fishes po.
I see. So, after the challenges, what are your priorities naman ngayon?
Bago ko sagutin
Yes, sige po.
Jessica, dagdagan ko lang yung mga threats kanina
Yan,
sa
sige.
ating mga tagapanood. Isa lang ang bagyo sa threats na yan. Yung dulot ng ulan that induces landslides and floods.
Ayan.
Yan yung isa pang mga threats yan. Ocean level rise, sea level rise is also a threat. So pagka bumagyo ka, may sea level rise ka plus may storm surge ka. Yan yon. And of course, yung the global warming does not only affect land-based population, pati yung sa dagat.
Okay.
Okay. So yung
Meaning, yung marine life.
marine life.
Okay.
Marine life. So yung balik naman doon sa tanong mo, ang priority namin, nakasaad na rin to sa Philippine Development Plan. Kasing related na rin doon sa sinabi kong we need to know the problem, is for us on a nationwide scale to do the georeference risk profiling of the Philippines.
Meaning, para ba
Kailangan mo malaman kung ano yung threat on a localized. So meron kang national threat, alam natin yan, mga bagyo.
Yes.
Pero ano magiging impact niyan, let's say, sa Pampanga?
Okay. So
Ano
yun yung
magiging
localized.
impact niyan sa Ilocos? So, localized yan eh. Yung impact mo sa Baguio, hindi parehas ng impact mo sa Ilocos.
Tama.
So, kailangan matranslate.
Nasaang level na po tayo ngayon? Yung dyan sa program na yan?
Actually, meron kaming pinilot na 5 LGUs, 3 sa Iloilo, Saraga, Pasig, at saka Dumangas. And 2 sa Cagayan Valley Province, which is Tuguegarao and Igig. So, ang ginawa doon is for them to be able to develop their climate risk profile. So, ito na yung lahat ng hazards na to nangyayari. Ang assumption mo doon, even at the same time. So, ano magiging impact sa'yo? Sa sector ng agriculture, sa sector ng ng water, sa sector ng health.
Parang simulated siya.
Yes, yes.
Oo.
It's
For you
actually
to scientifically predict
yes.
na ganito gagawin.
So, ngayon may tool that you can already simulate. O let's say, pagka ganitong amount of rainfall at ganito kadalas, ano yung impact niyan sa baba? So, nasa-simulate na yan.
I see.
Yun yung nagawa namin and we hope na may scale up yan sa, for the entire Philippines.
Yes, when we say scale up, actually is to cascade down.
Yes.
Di ba? We scale up the campaign by actually cascading the system to down to the local government units.
So in other words, ang priority ng Pilipinas is how to adapt.
I see.
Well, actually more than mitigate. So yung mitigation madali gawin eh. We all know how to sequester carbon. And in fact, tayo has a very, very small amount of contribution sa global emissions. Pero, ang problema mo, dahil tayo yung unang tinatamaan, kasi tayo yung nasa frontline, the more reason we need to adapt. And yun yung kailangan gawin natin, yung mga adaptation strategies na yan. Based on the generated, would-be generated climate change risk profile.
I see. So, Usec, therefore, the country is prepared.
Yes, in fact, we have a risk resiliency program. We have planned with the local government units kasi kailangan sa local government talaga magsimula eh. They have to invest really on climate change responsive program. So, meron tayong integrated water resources management with them to ensure water security para sa agricultural productivity nila. We have promotion of sustainable livelihoods, yung mga resiliency ng kanilang mga infrastructures. Yun yung mga priority programs na ginagawa natin at the local level.
All right. Sige po. We'll just pause for another break and when we return, dito na po natin babasahin yung mga komento po ng ating mga kababayan sa social media tungkol dito sa ating pinag-uusapang topic, which is climate change. And when we come back, kuha pa tayo ng mga additional info sa research and development expert po natin sa ating panel. So, pros and cons, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
We at the PCOO are at the forefront of bringing accurate facts and narratives, and laying to rest speculation, hearsay, and unverified figures. Gramo highlights the tremendous successes of the government's initiatives, as well as the challenges faced by the campaign, from the real stories of victims on the ground, the transformation of former drug users, the law enforcement operations, to the crackdown of rogue cops. The government will continue to implement strong enforcement of the law with consistent adherence and observance of human rights and dignity through rescue, rehabilitation, reformation, and ridding drug war operations of corruption.
You're still watching Pros and Cons. Let's now look at what netizens are saying about climate change. Is the government prepared to face the challenges of climate change? Handa ba ang gobyerno na harapin ang mga hamon ng climate change? So mga bumoto po, halos statistically tayo ito nasa gitna Although oo, sinasabi 46% sila, na nasabing hindi tayo prepared ay 54. But statistically, this is divided. And this is just the perception of the public. I'd like to read this one comment from Mr. June Fabro. Sabi ni Kuyang June, no country is prepared for a climate change because no country can predict the change. Totoo ba yan? Can we not predict the change? Ikaw yung taga-climate change.
Ayun nga, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, we can run simulations and
I see.
have a picture of a probability, the probability of what's going to happen to you for, let's say, after 25, 30,
Yes.
50
How do you see the, well, hindi naman tayo manghula or mananakot, but how do you see the future in terms of climate change?
Well,
is it going to worsen?
it's going to be worse.
Woo!
So reality bites, but the campaign sa Paris Agreement is the ambition of minimizing the rise in temperature to way below 2 degrees.
Wow, and that's a
So
challenge.
that's an ambition. But what we're seeing now, science researches, the trending is really exponential. And ang importante dyan, we have to be prepared for that.
That's why we have to be resilient. We have to be prepared.
Yes.
And alam mo, nakaset up na yung mga mitigation ano natin, 'di ba?
Yes.
Efforts natin. And so sinabi ni Commissioner, it's going to worsen. And I'd like to get your views naman po. Are we prepared for things to worsen? No?
We're prepared, kaya po kinakapacitate natin ang ating mga
Oo,
local
ngayon pa
government
lang,
units ngayon
no?
pa lang.
Ngayon pa lang. And do you do that in your research po?
Opo, sir.
Looking ahead, looking forward, this is what the people 30 years from now should do.
Yes, sir. Ginagawa po yun. Kasi hindi naman po basta research lang ang aming ginagawa. Meron po kaming IEC, yung aming po isang division, Techno-Transfer Division. Sila po, yung whatever po yung nag-generate naming technology, sila po ang nagdadala nito doon sa ating mga komunidad na apektado. Hindi lang po doon sa apektado, kundi para po sa lahat.
I see.
So, may mga, ano tayo, Usec, may mga geohazard maps tayo
Yan, opo, oo.
na talagang binababa natin sa local government units para maintindihan nila kung ano yung danger sa kanila. So kapag may parating na bagyo, saan dapat yung safe area, saan dapat hindi magtayo ng evacuation centers.
And we have,
so we are disseminating that.
halimbawa, ang DNR or ang Climate Change Commission, tama po ba? May mga office naman doon sa mga local. Kasi,
Kami po sa DNR, may
meron
Senro.
mga
meron
Senro,
kami.
Penro,
Yes,
no? Kasi ang problema kasi diyan, kung yung LGU, 'di ba? Minsan may mga LGU na pag napalitan na iba na yung nagiging thrust nagiging iba yung programa. No, but this time kumusta naman yung reaction
Kaya
ng
ang
mga
ano
LGUs?
natin, Usec, ipatupad sana na dapat merong ENRO ang mga lahat
What is
ng
ENRO?
the Environment and Natural Resource Officer.
Yan!
Na
For instance,
para
I
despite
agree.
changes ng mga...
And it should be held, it should be career positions.
Yes, it should be at permanent position.
Permanent position.
Oo.
I would support that, no? Dahil kailangan talaga may nakatutok andun siya Diba, hanggang mula nung pagpasok niya, hanggang sa mag-retire siya,
Mula
ang expertise niya
Yes.
ay yung...
Mula po pagbuo ng comprehensive land use plan, forest land use plan, involved dapat yung ENRO natin.
Yun, dapat. Yung wala pa tayo nun.
Hindi po lahat ng LGU ay ginagawa yan. So meron pa rin mga LGU na walang ENRO. Minsan tinatap lang nila yung mga existing positions doon. So hindi talaga nakafocus.
I see. Alright. Sir, in the near future, ano yung mga up and coming activities ng ano? What are those things that will keep you busy in the near future?
It's all in the context of mainstreaming. So ako kasi, I'm focal for the coastal and marine. And pinagpupulong-pulong ko na lahat ng scientists and experts on doing analysis sa coastal and marine natin, particularly on warming temperatures, yung sinasabing ang hirap na wala ng isda dito, is that really true? Or are just the fishes seeking cooler ground? Hindi natin alam yan. So we need to run simulations on that so that malaman ng LGUs paano nila gawin yung strategies nila. So it's part of the mainstreaming process.
When we say mainstreaming, so for the better understanding of our people,
Mainstreaming is actually making sure that the people make it as a way of life for them. As in talagang na-ingest.
no longer
nila.
the LGUs,
na nila.
but the people themselves. So,
Na-acclimatize na sila doon, na automatic na sa kanila yan. Diba? Hindi mo na kailangan turuan.
pag nandyan ito yung reaction dyan, diba? Kumbaga, it's like, it's capacitating the people.
Although Usec, may mga
basically.
indigenous knowledge naman, for example, mga farmers and fisher folks natin, may indigenous knowledge sila. I-enhance na lang natin yon para mas matugunan na nila yung pagbabago.
Pag sinabi
sa
pong
panahon.
indigenous knowledge.
For example po, mga magsasaka, alam naman na nila na kapag ganitong panahon, ganitong klase ng tanim, ang kailangan nilang itanim.
Okay.
So, pero dahil nagbago ang panahon, baka kailangan pang nilang mag-develop ng variety na talagang flood.
Parang diversification
magiging resistant
of
sa
crops
flood.
ito, no?
Opo. So, kailangan nating enhance din yun. Pati yung pag-predict, yung predict sa weather, mas madali na rin sila makakapag-respond.
And do we also research, halimbawa, yun nga, yung mga resilient sa ganyan na mga hybrid ng pagkain? Do we do that?
Sir, hindi po kasi more of forest po kami.
Ah.
Forest and marine. DA po ang food.
I
DA
see.
Usec nag-research na
DA
rin.
nga pala, agriculture nga
May
pala.
program na rin sa Usec sila sa DA on yung mga flood resistant, tsaka yung mga pagsa
Which is
El
actually
Nino.
under the
kapag El Nino.
overall
Yes.
climate change
Opo,
yan.
sa cabinet cluster
Mitigation.
namin with
So kasama
CCC.
lahat yan. Alright. So, anyway, finally, we reached the conclusion of our program. So there you have it, folks, straight from the shoulder and right on the money. But before we go, we'd like to get our closing statements from our guests. No? Simulan naman po natin sa aking kaliwa, kasi ganina sa kanan eh. So, kay Commissioner Garlan, your message po sa ating mga kababayan na natatakot sa climate change.
If we talk about climate change, we need to just remember one word. We need to anticipate. And anticipate a worst case scenario. And prepare for that, not tomorrow, but today. So that's very critical because a lot of resources are focused on for recovery.
Aray. Oo. After the disaster.
Aftermath, after the incident. We need to be able to anticipate so that we don't put more resources in recovery. And we could use those resources to other services that we need to provide the people.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, kailangan i-anticipate. I like it. So, Usec, kayo naman po, ano po ang inyong mensahe sa ating mga kababayan?
Ako po, Usec, ang aking panawagan ay sa ating mga local government units. Kayo po ang susi para maging responsive talaga at maging adaptive ang ating mga komunidad sa harap ng disaster at pagbabago ng panahon. So sana po i-google natin yung ating mga resources sa mga programa na tunay na makapagpapahanda sa ating mga mamamayan at maging sustainable ang kanilang communities para po sa mga pagbabago, sa mga disaster na kakaharapin nila.
All right. Thank you very much. From anticipation to preparation. So, let's hear it from Dr. Carmela Taguiam naman po, ma'am. Your message po sa ating mga kababayan.
Siguro po, kailangan po natin yung partnership po ng LGU at saka ng community. Kasi kung hindi po tayo magtutulungan, wala pong mangyayari, lalo na kung sa mga ganitong mga nangyayari sa disasters at saka iba pong impact o effect po ng climate change. Partnership po ang kailangan
Alright,
natin.
thank you. Anticipation, ano yung isa? Preparation, participation. Ganda yun, I love it. Thank you po, Dr. Carmela and Usec Analiza Rebuelta-Teh and of course, Commissioner Noel Garlan for being here on the show. We're going to invite you again, pagka may related topic po ulit tayo. So I hope you come back and join us again in the future. Don't forget to tune in next week for another hot topic. For your comments, suggestions, and questions, visit our Facebook page and the PNA website. You may be for or against. You may agree or disagree. In the end, we are all Filipinos working towards the same goals. Will you choose what's right, or will you stay on your side of the truth? Once again, this is Philippine News Agency Supervising Undersecretary Joel Sy Egco. Thank you and see you on the next episode of Pros and Cons.